According to a shocking new report from the New York Times' Maggie Haberman, Donald Trump says that Ron DeSantis is, of course, free to run for president should he choose to do so. However, if he does it, he better be aware that I've got a whole treasure trove of damning information about him that I won't hesitate to release. Donald Trump actually told the Wall Street Journal, I believe it was, this following his rally on Monday evening. If he runs, he runs. If he did run, I will tell you things about him that won't be very flattering. I know more about him than anybody other than perhaps his wife, who is really running his campaign. Kind of an ominous threat, right? Like, oh, hey, you're free to run, buddy. Do whatever you want, but just know this. Should you do it, I will be there. I've got documents, I've got evidence, I've got information, and I won't hesitate to release it should you challenge me, the almighty Trump. I don't know, I kind of feel like DeSantis should take that bet, right? Like, make him do it. Go out there publicly. Okay, the midterms are over. Well, I mean, I know we're still counting votes. We got to see who's going to control what. But for DeSantis, the midterms are over. You won. You didn't just win. You won by 1.5 million votes, the biggest margin of victory ever in the state of Florida. You got your mandate, Ron. Trump's people all across the country lost. You're in the driver's seat of the Republican Party right now, Ron. You got nothing to lose. So go out there, hold a press conference, address Trump's comments, and say, bring it on, big boy. What you gonna do? What do you have? Huh? Go ahead and release this information. Ron DeSantis won't do it. He's riding high right now, as I mentioned, biggest margin of victory for a Republican in Florida ever. So he's going to enjoy that for a couple days. But he knows, Ron DeSantis knows, based on the midterm results we saw this week, he's in the driver's seat and Trump has been kicked to the curb. Donald Trump does not have any real power in the Republican Party. And with all of the attacks now coming against Trump, all the blame being placed on him for the horrible performance by the Republicans, it's coming from Fox News, it's coming from Newsmax, it's coming from conservative writers, it's coming from conservative politicians. Hell, as I talked about earlier today, it's coming from people that work for him. He's the problem, they're telling us. All DeSantis has to do is sit back and watch everybody else go after Trump, point out, haha, the emperor has no clothes, as I've been saying for 2 years now. And then DeSantis can swoop in even if Donald Trump has announced that he's running. Those polls showing Trump ahead, by the way, in the Republican 2024 primary, those are going to change very quickly now that the midterms are over. Now that people see, again, that the emperor has no clothes, that Donald Trump's perceived power over the Republican Party was totally imaginary, they're going to change. They're going to look at people like DeSantis. They're going to look at Brian Kemp in Georgia. They're going to look at Greg Abbott. They're going to look at Kristi Noem. They're going to look anywhere they can to find a Republican that's actually capable of winning an election. Think about it this way. Donald Trump is so desperate to keep competition out that he is now threatening to release damaging information about them that he swears he has. So why is he so desperate? Because Trump knows he can't actually win an election. He didn't win the popular vote in 2016. The next election, 2018, was when the blue wave happened. So lost the House. 2020, he didn't win the popular vote again, lost the White House this time. Electoral College couldn't bail him out. Democrats retained the House. They gained the Senate. And now, 2022, Republicans lose 4 state houses, 4 governorships. They were unable to flip multiple different states because of Donald Trump-backed candidates. Democrats may keep the House and the Senate. It's a bloodbath for Trump. He is poison in every election that he runs in. DeSantis, as far as the Republicans think, is not. So it makes sense as to why Donald Trump would be issuing these threats against DeSantis, because Trump is terrified. He's terrified of losing again. He has already cost the Republican Party so much, and the party is very quickly now waking up to that fact. So he has to resort to what he's always fallen back on. He's got to be the big bad bully. Got to push everybody else out so that there's nobody else to challenge him. A week ago, that would have been a lot easier for Donald Trump. It's amazing how much things can change in a matter of days. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.